brought to you by J&M Media. This is the SHL Network. To be champions, you must work hard. Every shot, every goal, unlocking your potential. Because when the puck drops, it's game time.
There will be a new representative at the United Center come next Sunday in the Girls High School Hockey State Championship, and it's coming from this matchup here on the ice of West Meadows Ice Arena here in Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Welcome to this broadcast here on SHL Network as we present to you the number 4 seeded Fenwick Friars girls hockey team against the number 1 in the state New Trier Trevians girls team. Welcome into this broadcast alongside Anthony Pisquale. My name is Luke Jordan. Dylan Ward is at ice level and will be joining us shortly. But real quick, these two teams are already very familiar with each other, Anthony, and they played some tight defensive matchups.
They sure have. It hasn't been a matchup that has featured a ton of goal scoring or a lot of high-octane offense, even though both these teams have some capable goal scorers. But it's all been decided in between the net and on the defensive side of things, and I expect more of the same here tonight.
Fenwick yet to have a game this season where they've scored more than 1 goal against the New Trier Trevians, but Mason Strom is coming with a different game plan, and he's down at ice level with Dylan Ward. Dylan, take things away.
Thanks, guys. Coach, first of all, in the quarterfinals, you face your biggest rival in Loyola, win that game 4-0 to get here. What stood out for you in that one?
Well, in our quarterfinal game where we faced the Romans and won 5-1, the biggest thing that stood out to me was our resolve. We gave up. They have a really dangerous player in Carla McSweeney, and she scored on us about 45 seconds into the game. And instead of panicking or playing like a frantic brand of hockey, we calmed down. We shared the puck, and we just worked, kind of focused on outworking them, and then just started chipping away and ended up winning the game by 4.
You're playing New Trier today, a team that you've seen 5 times already this season, tied them twice. From those 5 games, what have you circled in your prep to highlight for this one?
I would say that we want to focus on the things that went, not getting into our game plan too much, but we want to focus on the things that went well for us in the close games that we played with them, and then try to avoid some of the mistakes that we made in a couple of the games that we lost by more than a goal. I think it was one of them we lost by 4 and one was by 2.
All right, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. We talked about how this Fenwick offense has struggled, but 2 of the players you're going to see on this roster for the Friars are dominant on the offensive side, and they can really turn things around for this team. Caitlin Dill and Ella Scotty, Anthony.
Yeah, those are 2 players that represented Fenwick at the All-State game yesterday. Ella Scotty was actually the MVP of that one. Both can fill it up from far, from close. That's what they're going to be looking to get going tonight. Focus on the things that's been working for Fenwick. It's been those 2.
And on the other end, dominance in the Scholastic division of the Metro Girls Hockey League coming from the New Trier Trevians, 10-1-7. And as we mentioned prior, 3-0-2 against Fenwick. They met in the Scholastic semifinals, and then they would end up shutting out Glenbrook in the championship game to claim the top division of the MGHL. Now they're looking for the top of it all here to make their way to the state championship.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why is because they have one of the best girls goaltender in the state in Juliet Drake. A goals against average below 1 for the season. She has just been phenomenal in net for the Trevians. And we talk about it, and it goes from top to bottom in their program, whether it's the boys that are looking for their 3rd straight state title or New Trier, who's the #1 seed in the state. Hockey is New Trier, and the girls are trying to prove that here tonight.
They outscored their opponents in Metro Girls play 53-18. We'll see if they bring that same dominance today, repping the #1 seed in the state. And as you see, they're wearing the dark blues with green, helmets colors galore, with different travel clubs coming for each player. And Fenwick on the other end, and all whites around their net now make their way back to the bench as Sam Schwartz, our public address announcer, is waving them back because we are actually about to send things back down to Sam Schwartz for the starting lineup and national anthem. So without further ado, Sam, at any moment now, take things away. down in Chicago. Down at ice level is Dylan Ward. To my right is Anthony Pasquale. My name is Luke Jordan. The crew taking you not only through the semifinal games, but the same crew also for the state championship. And boy, these semifinal games leading up to the UC are going to be fun.
They certainly are. We have a great doubleheader tonight of action, and it starts off here with Fenwick against New Trier. The 1 against the 4, that's how it's supposed to match up on that side of the bracket. And like you said, these teams have seen a lot of each other this season. Fenwick looking to finally put a win in the right column.
Now we'll take a look at tonight's starting netminders as they'll start to make their way to their respective goals. On the visiting end, Emma Richley, who Fenwick has relied on a good amount this year, an MGHL All-Star, will tend the net for Fenwick. Save percentage of .960 so far in the state playoffs. And on the other end, it's the All-State nominee in Juliet Drake, who posted a 15-save shutout against 8-seeded Loyola, their rivals in the quarterfinal. Fenwick, to get here, had that 4-5-seeded matchup in the quarters, and they beat Chicago Central. They went down 1-0, and then their offense really flared with 5 unanswered.
And guys, as the starting lineups were announced down here, nothing but smiles across the entire roster and coaching staff on both these sides. They can feel the intensity of this moment, and they know that the winner of this one is going to play on the same ice as the Chicago Blackhawks.
And here we go, two teams that both made it to the state semifinals last year, but both sides respectively losing to the two eventual state appearing teams in Barrington and Glenbrook. One of these teams will get the honor this time around. Back to center ice we go. Just a whistle 11 seconds in, and it's a redo at the face-off dot between Addison Stewart and Ella Scotty. Two players who both played in the All-State girls game yesterday night. Quick turnaround into the state semifinal. Bornhoff threw it ahead. She's got again in between the blue lines. Fed it back now for Willow Sell. Bornhoff perhaps tripped up there, will play on. Desperation pass. Eventually dropped behind Stewart, and the other way comes close. Now turning back, Elise Fontana. Fontana impressed against Loyola. 2 goals in that 4-0 win. Bornhoff the other 2. Julia Schuster. Pardon me. Margaret Flanagan in D. Now Gabrielle Ledoux. Tracking back now for New Trier's Fontana, and this is going to go for icing.
It looked like for a second on that last chance that Kiera Barr was going to have a good look at the net. Instead, she tried to drop the pass back, and it ended up being a takeaway for Fenwick. But going up against goaltenders of this caliber, you're going to want to put as many shots on net as you can.
Getting thrown off to the bench here is Caitlin Dill, captain, her net guard off. Somebody's going to have to fill in until Dill can get that fixed. A lot of confusion amongst the Fenwick bench. Now they'll send in June McMahon. 15-minute periods here in the girls' state semifinals and all state games in general, just as the combined division. Into the slot now, Schuster dropped it back. Shot goes just off the mark and bounces off the backboards, eventually collected now by Eleanor Rose Smiley. Rose Smiley with a nice move to the inside. She's then hit in between the blue lines. A nice play there by Natalia Lanam. Vanslow, some trouble with the puck there. Able to escape the forechecker. Back on the ice is Dill. She's trying to be teed up in the slot. Getting it going was Molly Wunderlich, forced off into the corner. Mulvihill now to the slot, gets right through, and is picked up by Lily Vanslow. New Trier 3-0-2 against Fenwick, and here they come with a chance. It was a stickless Julia Matke that had to make the play there. Now Mulvihill sliding in to make a play for New Trier, Megan Gallender. She now leads the forecheck against Matke. Puck battle on the far side. Dill now with the purple helmet. Eventually batted back down. Regained now, Gallagher, centering pass. And Mackey will take things out for Fenwick. Julia Schuster, younger sister of Ava Schuster, wearing number 49 for icing there.
Luke, you just mentioned the purple helmets. You see a lot of double rostered players in girls high school hockey. The purple helmets belonging to the Windy City Storm, who play out of Orbit Ice Arena, a rink that you were at, Luke, earlier today broadcasting for the Chicago Crush. But just goes to show you, I mean, look how many purple lids are on both sides of the rink here today. So lots of teammates going against each other here.
And you mentioned it, and I think that's part of why these games continually prove to be such close games, is not only do these teams have a good feel for one another, but there's like 8 or 9 players on each team that are teammates with a player from the other side, which just complicates things, but also creates such a tighter-knit battle here on the ice.
Mason Strom looking for some sort of explanation with the official in the neutral zone, but now we'll play on. And up ice with speed comes Alexis Bornhoft. Bornhoft now. Eventually sticked out to center ice. Ackman put it far side, where it's Sell up ahead. Now Kira Barr. Gave it back for Stewart. Her fire redirected on. Big save, Richley, and the rebound stopped as well, but official with a tough angle. Blew the play dead just a tad early there, Anthony.
Yeah, that puck was never quite corralled by Richley. She made the first couple of saves, and we'll see if we can get a good look here. You see the puck is still loose. It's inner glove momentarily, and it pops out once again. But the official with a quick whistle, as there you see it gets recovered by Fenwick at the last second. After the whistle, New Trier feels like they might have had a chance to get away.
First shot on goal from either side, and it comes from the Trevians. Only one loss in league play for this New Trier team. They finished the regular season 10-1-7, beat these Fenwick Friars in the Scholastic Division semifinals, and then beat Glenbrook, the 3 seed, in this state tournament 1-0. This semifinal game between these two in the league playoffs went to overtime. We know a couple of things about overtime so far this weekend.
You're not wrong about that, Luke.
One of yesterday's combined games between the Warriors and Chicago North going to not 1, not 2, but 3 overtimes. Not often you see that.
4 minutes left in the third overtime as well. Nearly another ice cut in the fourth.
The All-Stater and Willow Sell now up ahead. Rims it around the wall, and it chases Bornhoft. Pressured by Mackey. There to recover is Mulvihill. A goal and an assist in that win against Chicago Central. Now finds the speedy Caitlin Dill. She's ran into the wall. Will get no penalty and play on. Bornhoft at center ice. Now Ava Schuster. Put it down low. Nam, well pressured along the wall. And now Dill. Met by what could be a fellow teammate wearing purple on the other side in Vansla. Five minutes in to this first period of the first of 2 girls state semifinal games tonight. A move to kick it to the stick of Rose Smiley. Now comes up top. Messersmith. Shot got absorbed there by the body of Fontana. This one pinballs in front, taken in by Elise Fontana, who leads it ahead now. Sent towards net by Schuster, and Richley will play things safe and pounce on top of what could have been a rebound.
Yeah, part of the reason that we're almost 6 minutes into this game and Fenwick has yet to have a shot on goal is because of how ruthless New Trier has been on the forecheck. They're making it so difficult for the Fenwick defense to start any type of rush just to get the puck into the neutral zone, let alone their offensive end.
Well, they did start on the wrong side of things in that quarterfinal in state against Chicago Central. Hinted at it earlier, they went down 1-0. From there, it was a shower of 5 straight goals. 9:32 to play in the first. Face off to the right of Richley. Won by the Friars. Brooke Vogel. Down the far side. She's met by Pagliaro. Played right through the neutral zone, and tracking back on it now is Greta Lyle. Still no shot for Fenwick yet. New Trier has 3. And now with a 3-on-2 is Fenwick. Here comes June McMahon. Left it back. Wunderlich a fire. Save there, Drake. Rebound is swiped out to the blue line. Regained by Lyle, who put it off the skate on a shot block from Aubrey Shannon. Now with speed the other way comes Megan Gallagher. She'll rim it down the boards. Fenwick finally gets that first shot on goal, and boy, it was a deadly one. Now inside the slot. Backhand try, stopped on the near side, came off the stick of Alberts, and we'll get a whistle to stop play.
Nice job there done by Ridgely to stick with that puck as it came all the way across her eye level and turned into a backhanded shot on the near side from Alberts, and she's able to stop it.
Face off to the left of Ridgely, the Metro Girls Hockey League All-Star. Won by Fenwick, and Mackey sent it around the wall for El Close. Now in the slot, it's worked up to the point. Sell gave it to the far side, shot there, got blocked. Ackman takes it near side and plays it down low. Nice puck work here by New Trier. Kicked back down low by Ackman. Bornhoff trying to take over possession. Anybody's puck down below the goal line. And it's Bornhoff out of the pack. 2 goals in that quarterfinal against Loyola. Now it's Scotty the other way. Ella Scotty, the All-State MVP. Down the right side, gets around Sell. Scotty, a solo mission, wrap around, could not go. And Bornhoff is right inside the circle for what came to be the follow-up. She'll take it out for the Trevians.
Good work there by Scotty. It's no secret why she's one of Fenwick's best players and took home the All-State MVP yesterday.
This one stays in play, just grazing right in front of the Fenwick bench. Mackey's got to turn back. The pressure of Bornhoff is right on her tail. Flanagan tried to pat it ahead. Now Mackey, a nice breakout pass for Eleanor Rowe-Smiley. Rowe-Smiley with a nice move to the inside. Now drops it back. Caitlin Dill's got space. She'll fire just wide. Then back around. No Friars on the far side. Some space to break out for the Trevians. Kicking it to her stick is Elise Fontana. Fontana left side of the ice. Soft shot. Steered aside by Ridgely. Now it's fed up top. One going wide, redirected now all over the slot, and they score! Trevians draw first blood.
And you mentioned it, just a ton of traffic out in front. Julia Schuster, the benefactor of a puck that just seems to find her stick. Here's a good look at it. The puck is loose. She's able to come across right here and fire it into the back of the net to give New Trier an early 1-0 lead. She got the puck right on her tape, knew exactly what to do with it. And the Trevians draw first.
Schuster, first goal of the state playoffs. Ledoux and the Friars trying to find an answer. Quickly down one here. Awkward hop through the ice came a dumping attempt from Vogel. Now steering one aside was Drake. Lyle, near side, sharp angle shot, loose in front. Now comes to Vogel, and she's going to hold on and now cycle it down for Lyle. Lucchese applying pressure, and the Trevians come out of the pack. A nice move to the inside here. It's Julia Schuster already feeling confident, scoring the opening goal. Board battle on the far side. Schuster sticks it back down. Fenwick some time to regroup. It's Vogel off the boards. Hand is up for icing, but it'll be brought down as Vanslo tracks it down, and she's accelerating through her own end. Vanslo. The the speedy Lily Vanslow with the shot she fanned on. Now taken over by Ava Schuster, punched away. Nearly both Schuster sisters already with the goal there. Anthony, we saw them both play in that Metro Girls High School All-Star game back at Allstate Arena, and they impressed.
Yeah, it's pretty clear the connection that they have, not only with each other, but just their entire line group that they're out with. They tend to generate a lot of chances between the two of them.
From the back line now, Matt Key gave it back across for Messersmith. Now up center ice, here comes Close. Close trying to work around Ackman. In to help is Scotty, tracing the circle. Ella Scotty walks into the slot. She can move. Scotty still with it, trying to tuck it short side, and that hits the side of the net. Ava Schuster regains.
Scotty plays with such creativity, trying to get the puck to the net in such different ways, using her size and her speed. We'll see what she's able to cook up.
Flanagan had it swiped away, comes to the back line, and now is found at the red line by Bornhoft. Now Fenwick trying to operate a breakout. Mulvihill looked to lead it ahead for Scotty. Instead, it's coming the other way. Nice work there by Fontana. She'll now bring it down low for Stewart. Centering pass sticked away by Richley. Intelligent play by the netminder. Still the Trevians in the O zone. Down the far side now. Bornhoft looks across. Now it's Flanagan off an errant pass. Cycled back down. Eventually comes right to the stick of Mulvihill, looking to dart over the New Trier blue line. Mulvihill dropped it back for Dill. Caitlin Dill still with it. She'll fire just wide. Messersmith holds the zone. Her point shot floating in the air. Loose in front for a ton of Friars. Backhand try by Dill won't go. The rebound now pounced on top of by Julia Drake.
What an effort in between the pipes from Julia Drake. Just knowing when that puck got blocked that it wasn't going to go out of play. It ends up bouncing right here in the slot. Fenwick has a bunch of chances to jam it in, but she does a great job staying tough, pouncing on the loose puck, and keeping the puck out of harm's way for the Trevians.
Yeah, only saw 3 shots in the opening of 12 or so minutes, but 2 back-to-back right there. Huge stops, and that had the New Trier bench fired up.
Not a lot of shots for Fenwick, but when you talk about the quality of them so far, could very much have mistaken this game for tied up. This one just slides wide, now comes to the near side. Mulvihill played it safely down low for Lyle. Greta Lyle now sticked out by Rose Miley. Del Duquetto. Turnover at the blue line, taken ahead by June McMahon. McMahon lofts one wide. Lyle sticked it back down. Del Duquetto having some trouble with the puck there. McMahon tried to work it up to the point. Trevian's in the lane. And now ahead comes Gallagher. Megan Gallagher down the left side. Gallagher walks in, a little bit of a late whistle, but still called the same. It's offsides.
Yeah, guys, and we're now 13 minutes into this period. If this was a Metro Girls Hockey League game, the first period would only have 3 seconds left, but 15-minute periods instead of 13-minute periods. Doesn't sound like a huge difference, but when you consider you're adding 6 additional minutes onto the game as a whole, it does create a difference, especially for these girls who don't get to go to the locker room at any point.
I was just going to say, Dylan, what makes that point even stronger is when you factor in the fact that there is no intermission. You're going to be playing 3 straight 15-minute periods, which is 45 straight minutes on ice. The boys get a break after 34.
Not sure exactly what's going on, but we have a frustrated Ben Piskor. Not sure if you caught any of that, Dylan.
Unfortunately, a little hard to figure out what was going on there, but looks like they got it all squared up.
Now off the draw, taking things ahead. Greta Lyle. Ackman first back for the Trevians. What an interesting Metro Girls Hockey League regular season it was for these Trevians. 10 wins, 1 loss, but 7 ties, and 2 of those ties coming to these Friars.
That is incredible. It's like a soccer record right there.
that's what came to mind first when I was prepping for this game. Some nice pressure now by Alberts, trying to turn it into an offensive chance. Now at the point it's Sell, floating it down below the goal line. Bornhoft in a battle with Ledoux. Bornhoft on her backhand. Well defended now as Scotty comes in to reinforce for the Friars. 1:10 to go. That clock still ticking as this puck is waiting to be jarred loose in the corner. Now a turnaround fire stopped there by Ridgely. It came off the stick of the All-State player in Addison Stewart.
Kind of feels like part of the game plan for New Trier is to move the puck and change Emma Ridgely's eye angle as much as they can. She's not the tallest goaltender, so doing that can create some space in between the net, but she's done a really good job at getting her chest out in front of some of these shots and controlling rebounds as well.
Yeah, guys, that whistle at 1 minute flat. I gave a look over to our PA announcer, Sam Schwartz, and it looked like he was a little bit indecisive on whether to call it or wait till the puck dropped.
Given across, it's through the stick of Bornhoft. He gave us it after the whistle. Still serves the same. If anything, I think that's the better decision. McMahon. Now Dillon to help. Rose Smiley finds Dill. Caitlin Dill shaking and baking in the slot. A pass attempted across from Mulvihill. But Trevian sticks in the lane. Stewart the other way. Stewart with a nice move to the inside. Trickling puck pounced on top of by Ridgely.
Yeah, going back to the other side, offensively, just a nifty set of stick handling there from Dill. Unfortunately, wasn't able to fully free up a chance, which allowed the Trevians to put this puck on net. But Ridgely denied it, covered it up, no harm, no foul.
19.6 to go in the first period. New Trier leads 1-0 on that goal scored by Julia Schuster. Now on the far side, a blast. They score! Elise Fontana doubles the Trevian lead, and they are trudging ahead early in this one.
One of the most gut-wrenching things to experience for a team is a goal allowed in the last 30 seconds of a period. New Trier going to carry a ton of momentum here into the second as Emma Ridgely couldn't get the glove up in time. A little screen out in front freed everything up. There's Kiara Barr getting her body in front of Ridgely. And just like that, it's 2-0 Trevians late in period number 1.
Fourth period of state hockey for the Trevians and Elise Fontana, her 3rd goal already. Still some time, but curling off. Is New Trier just going to let time run on a dominant first period? We've talked about how there have been plenty of defensive battles between these two teams in the past, but 2 goals in the first period from New Trier, not something we've seen too often.
Yeah, and it sort of creates this uphill battle for Fenwick. Like already you're down 2-0, which is a battle in and of itself, but knowing that you haven't been able to eclipse 2 goals against this team all season long makes something like this look a lot more difficult. But you got to give credit where it's due. You mentioned Fontana having a great playoff so far for New Trier. According to the Metro Girls Hockey website, she didn't have a goal in the entire regular season, and already 2 so far in the playoffs.
That's what those state teams do. They find players that didn't contribute as much in the regular season, and boy, do they make the step when it comes to this time.
It is incredible, guys, and Anthony, you teed it up perfectly. 0 goals in the regular season, now 3 goals in 4 periods of state playoff action. We've been covering the boys red and combined divisions, and we've seen so many examples of that exact same thing, a player that just doesn't produce as much in the regular season, but is able to turn it onto a different level when it comes to these do-or-die games.
So Julia Schuster opened up the scoring, and then Fontana from the point. 2-0 New Trier. You see there on your screen, Mason Strom out with the drawing board. You can only wonder what he's emphasizing after that first period. Maybe just a couple of things defensively. And over on the other end, cool, calm, and collected is Ben Piskor. Also coaches the 14U Windy City Storm team, and he's got plenty of Windy City Storm helmets on this Trevian roster. could imagine he's almost using that as what could be like a pipeline.
Yeah, a little bit, and it can create some of these really strong teams that you see it so much in the boys division where they've played together for year after year, and then their high school team is just so good and filled with so much chemistry because half the team has been playing together since they were little kids. I'm expecting Mason Strom to direct some type of adjustment. You see him talking to his players there. Now here's a good look at Ben Piscor taking a good chat with his players as we get ready to start this second period. It's never good for a team when you have the goal announcement announced in between periods. That's how late that you allowed a goal, and that's one I'm sure Fenwick would like to have back.
Yeah, as you mentioned, never fun when you're trying to get some last words from your coach and you hear that, oh yeah, forgot they scored on us a second time. Still plenty of time to claw back for Fenwick, but they're faced with some adversity early on.
They've got a little bit more size than New Trier, which is something that I'm hoping to see Fenwick take advantage of in this middle period.
They're starting aggressive off the bat. A forecheck nearly turned into an offensive chance. Wunderlich now. Sent it ahead, it's sticked in by Vogel. Sell for Ava Schuster. Just out of reach for Lanam. Now Vogel settles this one down. Looking for Wunderlich, it gets all the way through, and turning at the blue line is McMahon towards the net, patted aside by Drake. Vogel's met by the body of Ackman. Ackman will get some help from Vanslow. Near side Sell. Shots on goal 9-5. New Trier dominating in every category so far. Lanam putting pressure on Scotty. Ella, Scotty might just be going coast to coast here. Look at this speed down the left side. Scotty's got some space now. A 2-on-1. She fires, and swallowing that one up is Drake on an incredible save, and especially impressive to not give a rebound out on that one.
Yeah, that was a really good chance for Fenwick, all generated from Scotty. You see the speed she displays, but I'm going to stop it right here. I would love to see her move that puck to Messersmith. It looks like Messersmith is going to have a really good angle at an open net, and I'm going to resume it here, and you take a look at what I'm talking about. Instead, she still got a good chance on net, but I think that had the opportunity to be a goal for Fenwick.
Yeah, and I think what especially gives it away there is that Sells moving her stick to the puck side, really making that passing lane seem more open. A sigh of relief there for the Trevians defensively.
But with that type of speed,
Richley makes a nice stop.
I'll get back to it. With that type of speed that you've seen from Scotty, she's going to be able to generate some chances like that on her own. But I hope she gets her head up a little bit so she's able to find some of those other teammates. She doesn't have to do it all by herself.
She's got the Mission helmet, pants and socks. One of the more dominant programs in general in the state of Illinois hockey. Fontana, who already has one, looking for another point fire. It's loose in front. Backhander stopped by Richley on the far side. Worked back up top, and Richley makes another stop on the point try from Margaret Flanagan.
Yeah, I know she has allowed 2 goals and that Fenwick is in a hole right now, but if it wasn't Emmett Richley in between the pipes and anybody else, Fenwick could be down a lot more than 2. She's done an excellent job. Look at this save here through traffic, gets the pad on it. Doing a really good job in between the net. It's number 29 in white.
What a recovery for her 11th save. Now a line up to the left of her. It's Schuster and Dill. Dill wins the faceoff and finds Mackey right off the draw. Lucchesi's shot hit his skate and is now taken out. Caitlin Dill, another threat of this Fenwick offense. Let's see what she does here. Trying to cut into the 2-goal deficit. Dill forced down low. Mulvihill back in front, and Rose Smiley just couldn't tee that one up. Now from the point, it's Kennedy just wide. Caitlin Dill cycles it back down now. Mulvihill is hounded by Del Duquetto. Dill threw it through the crease. Kennedy regains. Down the boards for Mulvihill. Had some trouble with receiving that puck, but will regain. Mulvihill in a pickle. She has her pocket picked there by Lena Alberts. Albert surveys the ice and now finds Gallagher. Stick lift, smart play from Caitlin Dill. She's got it back for Fenwick. Thrown to the near side, Rose Smiley going to track it down. Eleanor Rose Smiley trying to make a move to the inside. She was well shadowed there by Lucchese. Back to regroup are the Friars. Have met with these Trevians 5 times this season. Yet to score more than a goal. Julia Drake has been a force to be reckoned with all season. New Trier, 18 goals allowed in 18 games.
Yeah, that's a stat that doesn't even sound true when you say it.
A team goals allowed average of 1 and their offense nearly 3 goals a game. That will do it for you if you're having a winning margin of nearly 2 goals a game. As now it's Lanam in deep. Matkey. Now for Vogel. She'll scrape it ahead. Wunderlich goes to chase, but getting there first is Lena Alberts. Pardon me, Ava Schuster. Ava Schuster wearing a C for these Trevians. Vanslow. Now for Sell. That one gets through Schuster and will go for icing.
Here's another look at that great chance out in front. Beautiful find from Mulvihill, but Smiley just couldn't get, Rose Smiley just couldn't get her stick on the puck. It would have been a great opportunity for Fenwick to cut back into this lead. A beautiful find from Mulvihill.
Dill comes off, Scotty back on. Taking the draw here for the Friars. Hungry for their first goal of this one. Bornhoft going to accelerate ahead. Rimmed around now. Stewart applying pressure on Scotty. Taken away down low by Bornhoft. Centering pass, high slot. Barr with a unique way to retrieve that pass, but it forces her to the outside. Dropping it back now. Here's a chance. Sharp angle shot. Whistles just wide. Regained by Fontana. Bornhoft in front. Looking for a tic-tac-toe play. Barr can't finish, but then the rebound is jarred loose. And to the fortune of the Friars, it comes right to the stick of El Close. Close will glove this one down in front of the Friar bench. Scotty's forced back. She gave it away. Bornhoft now. 3-on-3, zipping a pass across for Barr. She'll drag fire. Nice shot block there by Carmen Dietz. Dietz now takes a spill. But Scotty takes things right back for Fenwick. Scotty's over the blue line. Try and get around Fontana, in which she does. Create some separation down low. Ella Scotty up top for Ledoux now. Walks the blue line. Gave it back for Scotty. She's now glued against the board. The puck loose and eventually recollected by Mulvihill. Ledoux put it through the slot. Nobody there. And now Alexis Bornhoft. Up ahead for Kira Barr. Barr's going to curl back, waiting on some Trevians to come in off the line change. Eventually opted to play things safe and just dump and change herself. Del Duquetto for Lucchese. Vanslow left it back for Elizabeth Del Duquetto. New Trier has been smooth on these breakouts, and here they come with another zone entry before Caitlin Dill was able to scamper back and take it back for Fenwick. Now from the slot, Schuster denied there. Vanslow up to the point. Lucchese thought about it, now fires, and that one's absorbed by the captain Dill. Ledoux's got some time and space to break out. Now at the center ice circle, it's played ahead by Del Duquetto and taken right back by Mulvihill. Mulvihill met by the body of Schuster. Size disadvantage there for Ava, to say the least, but she didn't care.
Not at all.
Now Lyle. Off the boards for Dill. Two Trevians immediately slide towards Dill. She'll have to dish it off the near side boards. Lucchese now. Fenwick, a majority of their skaters in a change. Schuster over the blue line. Ava Schuster, force it to the corner. We'll play it up. Got to watch for the too many men call, and they get away with one there. Eleanor Rose Smiley has it taken away. Now racing ahead is Lena Alberts. Alberts, a move to the inside. Can't work by Matke. And Richley will cover. 7:22 to play in the second period.
The puck pressure from New Trier has just been so suffocating for Fenwick. They haven't had a shot almost this entire period. They keep getting some good opportunities on the other end, haven't been able to cash in. And on this end, Emma Richley certainly being put to work.
Yeah, not too many shots in the last couple minutes, just a lot of back and forth. Teams are struggling to find the finishing touches right now. Let's see if there's one coming here for the Trevians. As it's Pagliaro to center ice now. Shannon put one just wide. Sell has to retreat. A snow-forming stop. Able to have some Fenwick forecheckers curl off, but still the pressure relentless. Pagliaro works to the inside. Evan Pagliaro gave it back. Ackman, a bouncing shot. Rebound is loose in front. And there to save the day on that rebound was Ellie Walsh.
Puck kind of took a weird carom out in front.
And now it's Sell, able to evade the heavy pressure of Vogel. Zipped ahead for Bornhoft. Defended by Matke. Alexis Bornhoft throws it across ice, looking for some help. She'll eventually find Stewart. Stewart with it, works inside, fires one big save, rebound on the far side, could not be potted by Barr. It comes back to Swart. She'll try again, it's still up for grabs until now whistled dead. A little bit of a scramble after, and we got some shoving.
Kind of an unorthodox sequence there from Fenwick. Taking a huge hit was Julia Matke, but she actually absorbed it from her own teammate. She finally gets back up onto the ice and into the play, and she's able to tie up one of the late rushes to the net. Alexis Bornhoft trying to jam home a rebound, but Richley wisely covers it up.
Bornhoft now out of the slot, rebound Barr, they score! Bornhoft finding Barr, and it's 3-0 New Trier.
There's a reason why Eddie Olczyk always says keep your stick on the ice. You're going to take a look at Barr here, ready for a rebound that finds her just about as easily as you can get. Look at how much open net she has to work with. Gets it onto her forehand and puts it away.
And guys, don't want to sound like a broken record here, but yet another example. Only 6 goals in the regular season. Kiera Barr had a hat trick back in September, 3 goals since then, but gets on the board here when it's playoff time.
What a nice setup by Bornhoft, who led this team in goals and points, not assists, but clearly still a playmaker there. This one goes right through the slot. Flanagan recovers, redirected on net. Richley makes the stop. Scotty and a Fenwick roster desperate for an answer. Ella Scotty with numbers, threw one in front. Fenwick fans want to call, won't get one. Now it's a 4-on-2 the other way. New Trier turning into a 3-on-1. Opener from Fontana, backhander, what a save by Richley! Keeping this game where it lies with the left pad. Now picked up in the slot by Dill. Poked away and recovered by Dietz. But then taken back by Barr for a moment, the recent goal scorer.
Yeah, that 4-on-2 quickly turned into a 2-on-0. Thankfully for Fenwick, Emma Richley was there.
Here's another chance, but a beautiful poke check there from Messersmith. Now Gallagher threw one on net, covered by Richley.
Fenwick still kind of shaking their head of this play on the other end. They wanted a penalty, potentially could have had a chance to go on a 2-minute power play, crack back into this deficit. Instead, a 2-on-0 comes back the other way, forcing Richley to make that save. Dylan, not sure if you had a good look at it, but did that look like a trip down on ice level?
Don't know if he can hear us. All good. But Jimmy, just saying, if you happen to still have that replay bookmark, definitely keep it in hand. That might just be our Wintrust save of the game that Richley made to keep this game where it's at. Here's Ackman now. That's wide left. Now Albert's a couple of nice moves. Gets back to her forehand. It's floating to the back door, and they score! Megan Gallagher on the tap-in, 4-0 New Trier.
Now up to 22 shots on goal. The latest Gallagher able to put in the back of the net. We've seen so many of these chances for New Trier generate from a scrum in front of the net, and Richley unable to pounce on some of these rebounds. And all of a sudden you see New Trier explode out to a 4-0 lead. They have got their eyes on a game at the United Center.
Largest lead New Trier has had on Fenwick this season was 4 goals. They won 5-1 back in the last regular season game between these two, but it wasn't the last meeting. As we mentioned earlier, these two met in the Scholastic Division semifinals, where New Trier advanced on with a 2-1 win in overtime.
And guys, earlier when you were saying you didn't know if you could hear us, I don't know if you were talking about me, but I took the headphones off to say something to our guy Sam Schwartz down here.
Oh, good, Dylan. We know you're busy down there. Always taking in the sights and sounds, and even that includes Sam Schwartz, who always has useful information to intel us with. Mason Strom, some emphasis from the Fenwick bench.
4-goal deficit certainly seems like a high mountain to climb, but I think this is a wise timeout called by Coach Strom to get his teammates' emotions back in order, get the team ready to hopefully embark on a huge comeback for the Friars.
Nick Fabrini, Fenwick boys head coach, here amongst the glass with some of our crew to catch this girls game.
How about Max Anderson using that timeout to step onto the playing surface and clean some glass? I know he can hear us, but he can't get a word in on the broadcast, so if you have any messages for the fans, Max.
Never forget when he caught that puck.
He loves when that's mentioned. Look at him look over here. Just having some fun with 4:06 to go in the second period. This game slowly becoming more out of reach for the Friars. You're talking only 19 minutes of game time at this point. That's a goal under every 5 minutes to make a comeback and at least force overtime.
Yeah, and we're 1 goal away from seeing that running clock. And here in the AHAI State playoffs, a bit of a different rule, as you have to get back within 3 to make that clock stop instead of just narrowing the deficit to 4.
Yeah, that's how they do it in my men's league too. I don't like it. Messersmith put it across. Now taken in by Mangano. Reese Mangano pressured down low. Threw it off the wall. Retrieved by the Trevians. Turning back is Sell. Man, have these shots on goal escalated. New Trier up to 22.
I was gonna say, oh, big spill there. The official might have taken the worst of that one.
Right in front of the Trevian bench, waiting on this one to be pried loose. 3 minutes to play in the middle frame. It's Gallagher. Megan Gallagher just scoring that recent goal, and what do you know? That puck just got through the bench door.
Yeah, only because the door was open. Otherwise, that play would still be live. But you touched on the shots on goal. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure at the end of the first period, New Trier was up 11-6, which would mean in this period, 11-1 is the advantage on the shots on goal. Just a truly dominant period from the Trevians.
That they sure have displayed, and defense still perfect so far. Here comes Scotty. Scotty, far side, stopped there by Drake. Once again, the rebound control has been impressive.
And guys, not sure if you caught that, but right before that during that last stoppage, Reese Mangiano, looks like she went to the locker room. Didn't appear to be in any pain, maybe just an equipment thing.
That is why you are down there, my friend. Appreciate that. I don't think either of us caught that. Anthony might have, but I for sure didn't. Look at this foot race. Bornhoff might win it, coming from behind. Open player on the slot. Here's a blast, and that one is gobbled up by Richley. Get the radar gun out for that one.
Captain got all of that one.
Very nice save made here from Richley. But yeah, like you mentioned, just an absolute rocket on net.
Now Stewart wins it back for Bornhoff. Stewart's got, again, 2 assists in that quarterfinal game. Sporting another C for these Trevians alongside Ava Schuster. Stewart threw it across. Some trouble with the puck on the far side there for Del Duquetto. Fenwick unable to clear the zone. Stewart able to hold. And this will ride the boards to the near side. Lucchese from the point. That got blocked by Wunderlich. Bornhoff regains. Anacia White over on the far side hash marks. Now it's pushed ahead. And close was met by New Trier bodies. Under 100 seconds to go in the second period. It has been all New Trier so far in this one. And Stewart's looking to add on. Stewart into the circle. Her shot blocked. Follow-up hit the post. And she's got it again. Plays it off the wall. Flanagan unable to hold. That hits the linesman. Stops dead in its tracks as Mackey pass in between the legs of Scotty that she could only kick ahead before it's a wholesale change from the Trevians. And look at all this space for Stewart, just unable to gain possession of the puck.
Yeah, we often talk about the period of the long change, sometimes causing some odd man rushes. New Trier almost took advantage of it with another 2-on-0.
Caitlin Dill, a freight train, trying to send it in deep, but there to meet her is Flanagan. Dill, nice move to the inside, creates a 2-on-1, gave it across just out of reach for Rose Miley.
Another good look for Fenwick, just couldn't get one on net.
Mulvihill fed it across. Lyle thought about it, now fires wide. And what an effort there by Kate Mulvihill to regain for the Friars. Messersmith on one, redirected to the back door. Dill sharp angle, she scores! A much needed answer for some momentum headed into the end of the second period. And Fenwick's got it from their leader.
Yeah, I talked about it at the end of the first period. One of the most frustrating things is giving up a goal late in a period's final 30 seconds. Here you see after a bunch of commotion, Caitlin Dill able to settle the puck, throw it into the back of the net, and then her shoulders drop. There's almost a sense of relief for these Friars that are finally on the board. It might even have trickled off the netminder's skate and into the back of the net. Fenwick desperately needed that one as they try to turn the momentum's tides in this one.
Look at that bench. They didn't even explode. They just kind of felt relieved that they were able to capitalize on one of those chances.
Yeah, and that was kind of the reaction that you see from the captain. And of course, you know, they follow under her example, and Dill motivating this team to get back into it.
Caitlin Dill, a 3-point performance in that quarterfinal game against Chicago Central. Both her goals on the power play, and Fenwick's been yet to test that out. And actually either side has been able to test it out. Alberts now with the final seconds trimming down. Loose in the slot, taken out by Lyle, and that will do things, unless this miraculously goes in on Julia Drake, which we wouldn't expect. 4-1 ball game through 2 periods. We get a quick 2-minute break. We're gonna keep you here as New Trier has a 4-1 lead, and the man behind it all, and Ben Piskor, is with Dylan Ward.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you guys are dominating in the goals and the shots. What's been working so well?
Girls are really moving the puck. We're winning a lot of loose puck races, and I think just outworking them in the corners. I mean, we're cycling the puck really well, but they're keeping us on our toes. That was a nice play they just put in the net, so we're going to see what we can do in the third period.
Yeah, they get a late one there. What's the biggest key to keeping momentum alive for your team here in the third?
I think with us, it's just continuing what we're doing. We're pressuring the puck. We're not giving them a lot of time and space, and the girls are really moving the puck as a unit. That's what we like to see. We want to have all 5 girls touching the puck and playing some offense, and we've been doing pretty well at it so far.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. And Anthony, our analysts, any thoughts just in general between those first 2 periods we saw?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of going to piggyback off of Ben Piskor's comments, and he's exactly right. New Trier's been able to unlock something because they've used all 5 of their players on the ice at once. They're extremely active in passing lanes, aggressive on the forecheck, and that's made things so difficult for Fenwick to generate anything. Then when you get the puck in your offensive zone, keep moving it around, firing pucks on net, and forcing a great goaltender in Emma Richley to make some truly spectacular stops. And she's made a handful of them, but with some of the rebounds and chances that the Trevians have generated, it's just been too hard for Fenwick to stay in this one. Thankfully, they got this goal late in the second period, and they're looking to carry some of that momentum into the third to mount a comeback.
Last year, Fenwick, given the number 2 seed in the state playoffs, beat the Grizzlies in the quarterfinal, but then went down in the semifinal, a 2-1 heartbreaking loss to Glenbrook, who would move on to the state championship. And these 2 teams pretty close in their last time, each being state champions. New Trier in 2018, Fenwick in 2019, and actually Glenbrook, who's playing later against Barrington, has not won state since 2017. So all 3 of those teams pre-COVID, but then Barrington, of course, dominant lately, back-to-back, looking for the three-peat.
Yeah, guys, I'm a Glenbrook South alum. I remember that 2017 United Center game. I was in attendance, and a lot of fun cheering my school's team onto a state title.
That's probably one of the few games you've seen as a fan, Dylan.
Yeah, that was before I got into the broadcasting stuff, so yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Glenbrook will be playing up next against Barrington. It's a state final rematch from last year. Only one team will get to move on. We'll figure out who the winner of that game will be after we figure out this one. And seemingly so far it's New Trier, but a nice breather for Fenwick to really get themselves together. Now you're talking a goal every 5 minutes and we got OT.
Exactly. It was 4-0 at one point. They call a timeout. Quickly, Fenwick able to rebound and score a goal late in that second period. Now they're just going to try to use some of that momentum to continue to put pressure on the Trevians and crack back into this deficit.
Looks like Julia Drake is growing impatient. New Trier netminder just waiting on play to get going. Richley will make way back to her net. She tended for the first period and now the third. And Fenwick is going to need to push it to the limit to find a chance in this state semifinal game.
Like we mentioned, with no ice cut, it makes this period potentially going to feel a little bit longer. Get some tired legs. Fenwick looking to keep their season alive.
Scotty is out there for the Friars, ringing it up the wall. And now causing a turnover. Able to scrape it out. Looking to go right back over his bar, but she was met by the body of Close. Now Scotty couldn't weave to the inside. And it's New Trier the other way. Addison Stewart cuts inside. Low shot right into the glove of Richley.
Hard to criticize Richley's game at all because of how strong she's been all season, not only in this one, but one of the biggest ways she's going to be able to keep Fenwick in this one is to limit the rebounds. And she does a great job stopping that one and covering it up on the first shot of the third period.
Nearly triple the shots from Trevians compared to the Friars. Fenwick has one less, that's the exact case, 24-9. And the Trevians successful off the draw here. Here's a point shot, bounces in, they score! It hits somebody on the way. New Trier's still trying to figure out if it was Fontana from the point that got the last Trevian stick on it, and that looks to be the case.
Just creates such an unfortunate chance for Emma Richley to try to stop. It actually might have went out in front off of Carmen Dietz and redirected the puck toward the back of the net. It didn't seem like anybody even knew it went in. except Emma Richley saw it go over her shoulder just like that. New Trier responds in a huge way to start the third period, back up 4 goals.
New Trier in the state championship back in 2022. That was played at the Edge Ice Arena where they lost to Chicago Central, as Richley, unaware of that shot, was able to still get down in time. But now New Trier is one step closer to not only getting back to the big stage, but it's also going to be their first time in a while at the United Center. As it's sent out of the zone by Ledoux. And now horizontal to the blue line is Vanslo finding Swart. Of course, no lead is safe, Anthony, and you can tell New Trier is still looking to add on. They're not playing much more conservative than we just saw.
Yeah, and for Fenwick, that was the type of goal that could kind of take the air out of your sails a little bit, and they're still putting...
As Stewart on net, rebound, still stopped by Richley. She's unaware where it was. And it ends up at the point. Turning back on it is McMahon.
Just to finish that thought, it's just Fenwick still playing with that same type of effort and energy that they need to try to get back into this one.
Alexis Bornhoff dished it off the near side wall. Stewart over the blue line. As in Stewart hits the side of the net on a laser. It's regained now by Barr. Kira Barr, top of the circle. Sent near side for Lucchese. Barr couldn't make a dangle to the inside, and back inside the center ice circle, regaining is Alessandra Lucchese. Fontana, another goal in the state playoffs. It's number 4. 2 goals against Loyola, 2 goals so far against Fenwick. Still more hockey to be played. Messersmith looked in front for a goal. Bornhoff up ahead. And now Alberts. Shot absorbed. Fenwick looks gassed. They will change 2 of their skaters. Now here's Fontana looking for the hat trick just over the shoulder and the crossbar there. Alberts dropped it back. Flanagan through traffic. It's dead in the slot and now dug out by Matkey. She's going to accelerate out of her own end. Julia Matkey around Fontana. Matkey hit there by Flanagan. Alberts over the blue line. New Trier looking to add on. Now it's Schuster right into the glove of Richley. It looked like it could have been going wide, but she'll take no chances.
Matkey slow to get up after that hit. Had to scramble just to get back to the bench, but still not over the walls yet. Finally back on the bench now. Dylan, you've got a good look.
Yeah, you were right there, slow to get up, and now Captain Caitlin Dill talking with the official. Fenwick bench wanted a penalty on that play. We haven't seen a penalty against either team yet in this one. And Caitlin Dill pleading her case for her teammate.
Well, Fenwick did not allow a single power play goal against them in the Metro Girls regular season. I think part of the reason why both these teams really just so disciplined. So we'll have 3 fresh forwards for New Trier.
Looks like Coach Mason Strom still looking to get a better explanation for what happened there. As Matkey's getting some attention on the bench. Now the officials will discuss amongst themselves before we get a verdict here in the third period.
Head away, Sam. The Wii Sports boxing music. And we're back underway. Just over 11 minutes to go. New Trier looking to find another. It was a rip off the stick of Stort, and once again, Richley's glove has been active.
And guys, Sam Schwartz goes, how do you like that Wii Sports boxing music? 0.5 seconds before you mentioned it, Luke, so I told Sam that you recognize it up there.
He's always got the good long discussion songs.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's a classic.
I like that he doesn't go straight into the cliche Jeopardy one. He likes to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Law and Order in there as well.
From the point, this one gets tipped in as well. Man, has New Trier been utilizing the point today? And just like that, they're now running the clock.
Able to put some traffic out in front once again. This time Bornhoft able to get it to the back of the net. After a lot of congestion out in front, some traffic, some screening, and Emma Ridgely, once again, nothing she could do about it before the puck was in the back of the net.
So much traffic in front there for Ridgely. And now a 6-1 game that I will believe have the clock start running as soon as this puck drops. Bornhoft gets the goal on a redirection. Mulvihill, unaware where that puck was. Now Caitlin Dill on the forecheck against Ava Schuster. Nice outlet pass by Schuster. And it's Sell off the skates of Vanslow. Nice weave inside there by Lanam. Nothing comes out of it. We're now into single-digit minutes. Look at this breakout pass. Here comes Mulvihill with the chance. She's in on Drake, and she put it low, and it was patted aside. Incredible stop by the All-State netminder.
Mulvihill having a really strong shift for Fenwick, able to get a few shots on net and keep some pucks in. Still displaying some of that physicality.
Vanslow, out of reach for Lanam. Reese Mangano. She's got wheels and she's using them. Now finds Vogel near side. Mangano back with it, cutting in towards the slot. Nice move to the backhand. It's loose in front, and Vogel now has to retreat into the corner. Tough puck for Mackey to keep, but she does it. Now Vogel couldn't work inside there. And pushing it ahead is Alessandra Lucchesi. There's those doors on the near side boards. We've seen them create a couple of awkward bounces like we just saw there this weekend. Now Alexandra Canman. Eventually taken back. Vogel hits the skates of Molly Wunderlich. Just unable to track it. Time is running out on Fenwick's season, unless they can make a miraculous change. Wunderlich on a lead pass intended for close, nearly connected with before Bornhoft intercepted. Over the blue line now, Stort. She'll walk in. Nice blocker save, steering it aside there. Wunderlich plays back for Mackey. As Julia Mackey skating around Fontana. Mackey dropped it back for Scotty. Nice move on the corner there. But the zone can't be held by Mackey. And it's Bornhoft in what could have been a potential 3-on-1. What a recovery there from Carmen Dietz. Dietz now forecheck down low. Loose in front, backhander by Stort, and a big denial in front by Ridgely. Standing strong.
This is our first evidence of the clock continuing to move while we have a whistle, but you mentioned it, a really nice play from Carmen Dietz to escape the zone. Here's another look at that save on the breakaway from Movahill. But Dietz came around, almost gave it away if it wasn't for Ridgely making her 24th stop.
Gallagher to her backhand, try to center one, and it's sticked away by Ridgely.
New Trier still with their feet on the gas.
This one deflected just wide. Came off the stick of Schuster. Now shaking and baking up top is Sell. Willow Sell creating some space on the far side. Nice footwork here, now firing. It's batted down and ends up wide. Gallagher going to try to tuck it far side, but sticks in the lane. And icing the call. Clock continues to run, and we'll take a quick moment to thank all of our sponsors. Wintrust save of the game coming to you eventually. For my belief, I think it could still be that Ridgely save in the second period.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and we also haven't had to have an RSM power play or a Hannah Vanderploeg penalty kill. Both of these teams have played a game without having to use their special teams. I have to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here on the SHL Network. Of course, the third period brought to you by Glenbrook South. Dylan?
Yep, the third period is presented to you by Glenbrook South. This one loose in front, nearly sticked home by Shannon, still loose. And eventually batted out to the near side. Ladeau taken away. Now it's Can Man forking it down below the goal line. 5 minutes to go. Walsh can't clear. She'll get some help. And still struggling to get out was Messersmith. In now with a shot. Having that one just go wide was Lucchese. Now DeKetto. In deep now Messersmith. Able to avoid Pagliaro for the time being. Extra pressure was coming though. Don't forget, up next, Glenbrook and the Barrington Phillies. That's going to be a fun one. Those two teams tied in the tiering round. The tiering round of the Metro Girls Hockey League is played before you get put in your division for the regular season. The Scholastic division, the higher one, and the Founders, the lower. Those two teams, of course, at the United Center last year. One will miss out on the opportunity. And one of these teams will get their first time back to the UC in numerous years. And it's leaning more towards New Trier with just under 4 minutes to go. Mackey around Fontana, trying to center one. Hits off the back of the net. Fontana, nice recovery, and as well she gets some help from Ava Schuster. Mackey was looking for Dietz. Miscommunication there. Vanslow now threw it in front. Lanam was open, and also wide open in front there was Ava Schuster, but the pass just out of reach. Caitlin Dill now. A 3-on-2. Dill trying to put it between the legs of the Trevian defender and Fontana, who got high stick there. Fontana goes down. We will get no call. We'll say a little bit shocked we didn't have our first penalty of the game there.
Yeah, skating to the bench, still holding her shoulder.
That stick initially getting part of her helmet too, and it just slowly went down. With the goal scorer like Fontana, you want to make sure she is not out for what could be the state championship. Now it's Gallagher. She's found one herself as well. Been a busy day at the office for this Trevian's offense. Just about 3 goals a game on average in the Metro Girls Hockey League regular season. They've doubled that today.
With 32 shots on goal, a lot of production coming from all over the place for these Trevians. Got a feel for Fenwick, who just felt like a couple of bounces didn't quite go their way, as we're under 2 minutes left in what appears to be the end of their season. But I got to give a shout out to Emma Ridgely for how much pressure has been on her tonight, still turning in a 26 save effort thus far.
The shots on goal for most games can tell you a lot of the stories, and it just really represents the true domination today from New Trier.
Yeah, triple the shots on goal for New Trier. Obviously 6 times the amount of goals.
.80 seconds to go. Last year's state semifinal, New Trier was unable to put a single goal by Brooke Ward and company of Barrington. Safe to say this year they have turned things around and found that spark in these state playoffs. Richley on another stop there, to her credit. Under a minute to go, as heard well there from Sam Schwartz.
Yeah, the same Final Four in the state, but this time different matchups. It's going to yield a different result at the United Center on Sunday.
Here's Walsh in front, and she just misfires there. Of course, don't forget to stick around after the game. Dylan Ward's going to talk to a player on the winning side. Here comes a 2-on-1. Mangano went down and now sweeps it just wide of the net. New Trier perhaps one more push. Sell up ice for Bornhoft. Alexis Bornhoft down the near side, gave it across, one-timer fan down, rebound, they score! And that's how this game will end. New Trier is moving on to the state championship in dominant fashion.
There's a look at that final goal, a 7-1 victory. New Trier punching their ticket to the United Center. I believe Mikey Romero was there in net at the end for the Friars. But New Trier didn't care who was back there. They put up 7 goals.
Still nice to see smiles between Richley and Romero as they'll make their way through the classic line of hockey.
Now the Trevians will await the winner of Barrington and Glenbrook. Square off in about a half hour.
New Trier green of the boys red division moving on, and now the New Trier students are going to have some fun next Sunday. They're going to have a doubleheader, and now we got Dylan Ward down at ice level with Elise Fontana, who had 2 goals in this one.
Thanks, guys. Well, you had 2 goals in this one, 5 points in 2 games through the state playoffs. What about this time of year has you producing at that level?
I don't know, everyone's excited, it's just fun. You get to see all your teammates a lot. Coming to the end of the season, it's just really exciting.
You guys were the #1 seed, and you proved that 2 dominant victories, and you're headed to the United Center on Sunday. How does that feel?
It's awesome. My sister never got to go, so I don't know, it's kind of a cool experience. Picking up her shoes, this is her jersey, so I feel like I'm kind of doing it for her too. And I'm excited to go there with this team. It's a great team.
All right, well, congratulations and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. Just a subtle flex there. Getting to make the state final in honor of her sister that did not get to do the same, and really cool to see that she's wearing her jersey too.
Absolutely, it's a family affair a lot of times when it comes to this sport. And New Trier is going to also have a family affair in terms of their student body, who's going to send, obviously, New Trier looking to cap their 3rd straight in the boys division. Now you see the New Trier Trevian girls trying to win their 1st state title in quite some time. And they're going to get a chance to do it on the same day at the United Center on Sunday.
And now picture time. Some New Trier and Fenwick players even taking pictures with each other. A lot of purple helmets, as we mentioned earlier on. Some teammates playing on different sides at least on this aspect of girls hockey. And that will do things here, not on the night, but just on the first game so far here on SHL Network. Always appreciate our great crew. Butch Connolly, Gerard Boris, Matt Freeman, Max Anderson, Jimmy Olsen, all behind the scenes producing what you see on your screen, whether it's camera or the cuts. And down at ice level with our interviews was Dylan Ward. To my right is Anthony Pasquale. Any final thoughts, Anthony?
I was very impressed with the type of energy that we saw from New Trier tonight. It's something that they're going to be looking to bring on Sunday, whether they await the winner, if it's Barrington, if it's Glenbrook. Either way, we're going to get a team that's a really good hockey team playing for a state championship, and I'm really excited for the nightcap of our doubleheader as well.
Absolutely, as you guys should be as well. Hope to see you back. 8:30 p.m. scheduled puck drop for everybody at the SHL Network crew. My name is Luke Jordan, signing off on a final score. The New Trier Trevians with 7 and the Fenwick Friars with 1. We'll see you for the second of the doubleheader. As you see there, Barrington and Glenbrook coming up next.